Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about a few different topics. I'm just gonna talk just off the top of my head, and it's not scripted. I've just got four things that I have on my list I want to talk about. So we'll just go from here, and yeah. So let's dive in. So let's talk about Belfast. What's happening over there? So I really haven't been following this in detail. But so the gist of it is that this migrant uh, foreigner that was given some free stuff from the government, like free apartment, whatever. He held a local, did some I don't know, some physical damage to the dude, had him pinned down, was going to behead him, and then some other locals stepped in to you know rescue him. And it seems like for some time now, the government has been more like sympathetic to these immigrants. They're Muslim, and when locals do the very same crimes, they really come down on them. So it's like the it's just not, it's not a balanced system, and they're being it's like if you're an immigrant you can get away with pretty much anything. These guys, they're all military age, and they're over there, doing all these atrocities of rape, murder, whatever, mayhem. And and it's like the police, it's like they want to come after locals for their their crimes, but these immigrants, they just kind of want to like turn a blind eye. But locals have had it, and rightfully so. And that they've come out and said that they're coming after them since the government's not doing their job. They're taking upon themselves to get rid of them. And basically, if you are Muslim in their country, you are at risk. And I tell you, the throughout history, Muslims and Christians just they conflict very much so, because the Muslim religion of Islam is there's just so many things wrong about it. There's no respect or appreciation to women, and there's the just the way that they're looked at as being a lesser of a human, and just so many things flawed about that religion. I really think that there's going to be a boiling point at different regions of the world that, I don't know when and if this will come to something, I'm going to use the word spectacular, but not in a positive or joyful. It's going to be spectacular as far as, a huge conflict at some point. But I here in the United States, they want to talk about, should we ban Islam, or Sharia law. It's like, you don't need to ban it because it's already against the Constitution. It's already against the law. So basically enforce the law, and there you are. It makes a lot of things in Sharia law already illegal. So just enforce the Constitution. So what do you guys think about that? So now let's go on to the Karmelo Anthony case. Again, I'm just going to speak briefly on this. I saw what happened initially, with the murder, and anyone that carries a pocket knife to a track meet, and then your response or retaliation to someone for shoving you or whatever is that you stab them in the chest with a knife. Like, something wrong with you mentally right there. So he deserves everything he's gotten, if not more. He's probably not going to last in prison, and that's his own fault. He brought it on himself. And shame on anyone for making this a race issue. If you're making a race issue, you're a racist yourselves. Just there's so many things you could dive in about this, about the parents, blaming their advice to get a white attorney, and now that's backfired, and the fact that there was the jury selection, that they were all white. Again, the attorney, they get to choose who they accept and who they don't. So there's so many things about it. But anyway, I'm done with that conversation. The dude's getting, justice is being served. Although you can never get 100% justice for a murder, because that's a loss that you can never recoup. And, I really feel for the parents. Anyway, now let's talk about the one I've been following the most has been the Bricks and Minifigs, I don't know what you call it, fiasco, scandal. I tell you, corporate has really brought this on themselves as far as how much exposure this has really gotten. If they would have resolved the issue right at the beginning and not done the willful intent of actually stealing these Legos, or at least not compensating Brian and his family for the unaccounted for, lost, stolen Lego, this wouldn't be an issue in the news right now. So I think really commend Reckless Ben for his efforts in bringing this to light. Sure, he's not done everything right himself, but he's had the great intent behind this whole thing. Sure, he's getting the clicks and the monetization for what he's brought to light, but if it wasn't for scandalous people like Briggs and Minifigs, corporate, as well as who he had hired to engage in this theft, it wouldn't be where it is now. So I don't know, I feel sorry for all of the businesses, the individual franchises that have nothing to do with this. And this recent statement that Amon has come out with, in his, hey, let's come to the table and make this right. Even that, I think, was a pathetic show of his attempts to resolve this. And it sounds like he's trying to do a compromise, and even, if you would say, negotiate with Brian to resolve this, rather than just say, here's for your trouble and all that. So the dude's gone on about all wrong, and I think even his approach at this is going to rub a lot of the customer base wrong. So I'm all for people protesting, and while it is hurting these individual businesses, hopefully they can either get out of their contract, or they can come together as a group themselves and sue corporate for their losses and go independent, or maybe even get together and have start their own franchise. I don't know, but yeah, Bricks and Minifigs as a company is horrible for the ownership. And then there's the whole, it just brought to light so much of corruption throughout the whole process. So the American Fork Police Department, as well as the other police departments that have did these false arrests, or arrest off of false reports, false claims, is all that needs to be investigated, and anyone that basically didn't follow the law should be held accountable. And as well as, this qualified immunity needs to go, because these police officers that have violated rights, they need to be held accountable. It's like, I can't believe police officers that once you become a police officer, then somehow you want to ignore what civil liberties people have, in the Bill of Rights, and you just seem like you don't care. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you? It's like, I don't know. That got me down another rabbit hole, watching all these auditors that go around and test police for how they interact with them, whether they're going to respect their rights or not. Almost always it seems like they got to get a supervisor out, and then sometimes the supervisor doesn't even understand what the constitutionality is of people's civil liberties and their rights to be able to film in public. Oh, I can't watch those videos anymore. They piss me off so bad. I told my wife yesterday, I was like, you know what, if I had a career path to redo, if I had to redo what I was, I would probably become a civil defense attorney, because I would get some great satisfaction in putting these jackboot thugs in their place, and I'd try to get compensation for the people that have been violated. I myself have been violated for the Fourth Amendment, for exercising my Second Amendment right. It's a horrible experience. But yeah, and then the other angle with the Bricks and Minifigs is how everyone that is involved on the wrong side are in the Mormon church. And good for the Mormon church to at least dethrone him from his high council position, the Josh guy. But I would like to see some investigation into the Mormon church as to how involved they are with that community, and why it is that the Mormon church isn't speaking out to help right this, because the Christian thing to do would be to make sure that everybody's taken care of, and this certainly has turned out very very wrong, and there's a lot of injustices there. So this makes me look at the Mormon church. These bad actors that are saying they're Mormon are giving the Mormon church a bad name. So anyway, those are the main things I want to talk about. I guess the one last one, and I haven't really followed this, but I did catch a brief bit of it. Chud the Builder, that dude is just a total nut job. Obviously a racist, and he was doing things for the clicks, and I don't know, was that for his to build up his monetization to make money? But then obviously what he was doing was in clear violation of any type of online policy that he would get demonetized quick. But he was just an outright racist. He's just looking for exposure. Dude obviously has some mental issues. If he thought that somehow this was going to work out in his favor, but I think he wanted a reason to shoot people, but he's just outright, he had a death wish himself. It's like, that dude obviously had some mental issues. So anyway, with all those things I said across the board there, I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on anything that I commented on, but there's just so much to talk about. I could, on just one of these specifics alone, you could talk for, a good hour, if not more. But I just wanted to briefly cover those, and then get your guys' take. So yeah, please comment below. If you like this shirt, I designed this. This is actually, it's the Hebrew spelling, the first three letters of Jesus, and I thought that was very interesting. I designed it with help of AI, so it's like etched in stone, to kind of fit for where the time of when this was actually established. But I'll put a link below where you can get that, as well as I have a bunch of First and Second Amendment and libertarian style apparel that you can purchase at decent price. It's really good stuff. Again, I designed almost all of it, and Some of it's comical, some of it's just on the edge, but good stuff. Be proud to wear. And anyway, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for upcoming videos. And until next time,